So the Dji Pocket 3 is finally here, and it is by far the biggest camera release of 2023. Which means we gotta drip check it, and we gotta drip check it hard. So let's grab a coffee and talk the pros, the cons, and the in-betweens of the Dji Osmo Pocket 3 and see if it brings the sauce. Okay, let's talk. Whoa, almost dropped the Pocket 3. But anyway, my ninjas, let's talk about this Pocket 3. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, we gotta switch to the Sony. All right. Oh shoot! Actually, you know what? We gotta get our. Okay, now before I get into the drip check of the Pocket 3, I gotta let y'all know that I am a huge Pocket series fan. Like, I had the Pocket 1, I got it when it first came out, so obviously I got the second one right when it dropped. And then pimpin', I did my best to cop the third one the day it dropped, but like, yeah, that didn't work out because I was in London. I also have more mileage than anybody else in the world with the Pocket 1 as well as the Pocket 2 because I just use them so much recording my kids as well as for my business and my other channel. And pimpin', hear me when I tell you, like, I'm just zooming on the face a bit over here, but they've even made me a lot of monies. So the writing has always been on the wall that I will get every pocket camera DJI drops. But yeah, needless to say, I am a big fan of the pocket cameras. Matter of fact, I will even let y'all know right now that the DJI Pocket 1 and the Pocket 2 have made me just a little over maybe $27,000 as of today. I'm just being real. Because you see, not only has it pioneered my travel channel, but I've also sold a ton of Pocket 1 and Pocket 2 footage as stock footage. I've also done a lot of side jobs like shooting reels as well as behind the scenes and even short films with the Pocket 1. And my ninjas, I say all this just so that y'all know that I am really hard on these pocket cameras. Like, so this one needed to bring the stuff. As a matter of fact, I didn't even have to say this. You just gotta watch any of my old videos on the Pocket 1 and Pocket 2 and you will see what I was expecting from the Pocket 3. And hands down, not for nothing, DJI pulled through. It was like they watched all my videos. Long story short, these pocket cameras play a key role in my production and they are the perfect tool for a lot of the things that I wanna do. So look, I gotta be hard on it. Like, I have to. So with all that said though, let's go ahead and talk about the pros of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The first one being the screen. I love the addition of the screen. I love how it folds. I love how it's almost like in display. I love it all. The screen is such a great addition. Like, I could even say that they went ahead and provided something that I would not have thought of. Like, this is genius. Amazing, amazing, great job on the screen. I also love how they integrated vertical shooting, meaning you just flip it open and now you're available to shoot horizontal, but then you flip it closed down and now you can shoot vertical. As simple as that. And if you don't like that, there's an option where you can change it so you can either always shoot vertical or always shoot horizontal, and you don't need to flip the screen at all. And then something else to note too is that if you are shooting horizontal and you want to shoot vertical while you're recording, you can. You just press record button and then flip it that way, and now you are still shooting horizontal as long as you press record first. And this is something I found myself doing a lot, only because I kind of like to be able to, I like the screen, but I also like this, I like the simplicity and the slimness of it having in vertical mode. Something else that's also a huge plus is the size as well as the simplicity of the camera. They kept that very simple, kind of like the Pocket 1 and Pocket 2. The camera size too as well is bigger and it's thicker, but it's not terribly big. So that's a huge plus for me. Another pro has to be the audio quality. Surprisingly, it is good. I thought it was gonna be a bit tinny like the other ones, like Pocket 1 and Pocket 2 were both very tinny, but the Pocket 3 is not tinny at all. And matter of fact, when I shot the last video on it, I was only using one microphone because I had it for the front. I don't know why I just set it up the way I set up all the pockets, especially if I'm out vlogging. I'll usually set up the microphones to only one. That way I can talk to it and only get the sound in front of me. Because remember, I'm gonna be real, just in case y'all didn't know, but audio is pretty important. My next pro has to be the interface as well as the UI and just overall smoothness of everything. The camera as a whole works. Like you press something, it works. You press on, it works. You close, it works. I haven't had any problems with the camera whatsoever. It just works and it's smooth. I love how it integrated the Action 3 and Action 4 interface with the Pocket 3. I love that. I love how you can just swipe up and you can see the resolution as well as the frame rates. I mean, like legit, the interface is almost identical to the Action 3 as well as the Action 4. Next big pro has to be the speaker. Pimpin', you are getting a speaker on the Pocket 3, which is a huge plus to me. I mean, pimpin', to me, huge plus, because I don't know if you know this, but Pocket 1 and Pocket 2 did not have speakers. They only had mics, no speakers. Another big pro has to be internal Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Pimpin', this was a must for me. It had to happen, like there was no excuse. If the Action 2 could have internal Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, there's no reason for the Pocket 3 not to have it. And then also, I was extremely tired of like using these do-it-all handles and Wi-Fi connect. I was just tired of all that. But my ninjas, DJI came through. You are getting internal Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Boss! And now a big pro is something that I thought about, but I didn't think it would happen this soon, and I didn't think it was gonna happen with the Pocket 3, is a built-in receiver for a wireless mic. This is what I'm talking about, not the whole GoPro with the built-in Bluetooth that you can use your AirPods. It sucks. I'm just being real. The audio sounds like trash. What DJI has done is genius. Having the built-in receiver means you don't need to connect a receiver when using the DJI Mic 2. You don't need a receiver. And then not only that, but it works extremely well and fast. All you gotta do is turn on the mic and it connects within like 2 seconds. And also the DJI Mic 2s have 32-bit float. This is a big deal because I don't know if you know what 32-bit float means, but 32-bit float basically means you will never clip or be too low ever again. But you do have to use the internal recording. But DJI even brought the sauce with this too. Because if you go into the audio settings, you will see that there is an option for you to record simultaneously by itself. Meaning all you have to do is press record while the mic is on and the mic will start recording internally too as well. So then you just drag the audio off the microphone and put it together and it's already synced. You don't even have to sync the audio. Like DJI just covered all bases with this feature. And now the next pro has to be the image quality and low light. Image quality is insanely good if you set it up right, which is something I will explain in a bit. But yeah, image quality is a plus and low light is a huge plus. Now, I'm gonna be real. The Pocket 1 and Pocket 2 had decent low light. It was just a bunch of noise, but it was actually not bad. This is actually extra, like it takes it up like ×5. I mean, pimpin', the 1-inch sensor shows, like it, for real, it really does show with the image quality and low light. Big pro for the image quality, if you set it up right. All right, now my next pro would have to be the built-in joystick, because I don't know if you guys know this either, but yeah, before you had to actually buy the joystick, but now it is built right into the camera. And then also another pro is that the auto track works extremely well. Like look at this. Like I played around with it with the kids and my ninjas. It's so good. Like for real, like look, it's so good. It's so good. Unlike the Pocket 2, I'm not even gonna lie. The Pocket 2 had some issues. Like the Pocket 1's tracking feature was much better than the Pocket 2's, but it's definitely not better than this because pimpin'. It's good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. There's so many things. So I'm trying to pick out the best ones. All right, but you know what? I'm gonna do just a couple more. And I would say the last kind of throwaway pros that a lot of people probably don't notice is that the gimbal locks when you turn off. And this is a great added feature just because unlike the Pocket 1 and Pocket 2, the Pocket 1 and Pocket 2, when you turn them off, they still would have play in the gimbal, but the Pocket 3 does not. It locks right away. Another pro is that if you accidentally cover some of the microphones, it will tell you that you covered a microphone. Also, the colors straight out of camera are an improvement. Unlike the Pocket 2, that was my only complaint with the Pocket 2 was the color science. I just did not like it. You had to shoot in the log form. The Pocket 3 has no problems with that. The colors straight out of camera are solid. Another pro has to be the autofocus. And now it is not Sony ZV-E1 perfect or good, but it is up there. And then to finish off the pros, I have to say the fast charging is definitely a pro, as well as the digital zoom. I use the digital zoom a lot when I was just doing my first impression videos, and it looks good. And now again, I do have a bunch more pros, but we don't want to make this video too long. So we gotta hop into the in-betweens. And my first in-between would have to be the price, only because I don't like that it's that much for the combo pack, but I understand. Like Pimpin', I get it, and I'm not complaining. It is well worth the price, especially when you compare it to other cameras within its niche. In Pimpin', all I'm saying is this is not an action camera. This competes with more of like the Sony ZV-1, and the Sony ZV-1 Mark II. This is not an action camera, but it does compete with higher end cameras. And if you're looking at the Sony ZV-1 and the Sony ZV-1 Mark II, they were running for like $800. Plus, you don't get the mic, you don't get nothing with it. So I would say I didn't like paying as much as I paid for it, but I understand it. That's why the price is definitely an in-between, and it's worth it. And then my next in-between would be the image quality. And the only reason I say image quality, not the low light, but the image quality during the day. I noticed that the exposure, if you don't expose it right, it can be a bit off. Like, you have to expose this correctly. Like, the better you expose it, the better the image quality is going to look. And then if you don't expose it correctly, you'll notice that it looks a bit digital. And that to me, I don't like that look. But again, Pimpin', this is just to me, this is just personal, but yeah, I would say that that's why the image quality is an in-between as well as a pro, because the image quality is amazing, but on the flip side of that though, you gotta expose it correctly. And also on the lines of exposing correctly, I will say that you do expose the normal picture profile differently than the log profile. So I'm just letting y'all know that it should be exposed differently, okay? And now for the cons, and I'm gonna be real, look, I only really have two, like, just being real. There's really only two, and the first one being the exposure. Remember what I said about the image quality? The exposure does play a role in the image quality, and I noticed it is just too hot a lot of the time. So a lot of times I was bumping it down to -1 or -1.3. It is just too hot. And then my last con is, I would say, the bottom. I wish it came with like a case or just a smaller bottom piece, unlike the one that came in the box. Like, I wish the 1/4 inch thread was either right at the bottom of the camera or that there was a smaller piece that you could just clamp on, and then that way you could put the 1/4 inch thread on that way. Oh, actually, you know what? I did have one more con, because since this is competing with the Sony ZV-1, Sony ZV-1 Mark II, and even, you could even say the Sony ZV-E1, and just all compact cameras, I will say what would have been nice is to have the shutter speed as well as the ISO displayed in the display. I think it is much needed. So that is a con for me. I mean, I'm just Super Saiyan. I'm just Super Saiyan. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got. DJI, great job with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It definitely passes the drip check. Like, I mean, flying colors. It is boss. Okay, not for nothing, it is dark like crazy. Dang, it got dark quick. So it's a bit rainy, but not too bad. I probably should turn it up. See, right now I have it to negative. I have the EV set to -1, just because it's just, and it still looks like it's a little overexposed. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, my ninjas, that is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, because I know y'all seen a bunch of these reviews. Like, there's like thousands of them. So my ninjas, I would love to know your thoughts down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it sucks? Anything, just let me know in the comments below. Also, I gotta give a huge shout out to today's coffee sponsors, and those are Stevie Murray as well as Julia. Thank you so much for the coffees, as well as a big shout out to Mike W for the super thanks. Pimpin', thank you, y'all spoil me. Thank you so much, y'all are all some ninja bosses. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoy making them, and I will see you tomorrow. And also too, let me know if you have any questions regarding the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I really like it, and it still looks like it's overexposed. Like, how? I have it on -1 and it's dark. Look how dark it is. Why are you overexposed? We'll figure it out. But I will see you in the next one.